Hey guys, welcome back. We are about to run you through the Prado 250 series dual battery system that Andrew has designed to go in the rear of your Prado 250. It's for 5-seater or 7-seater. We're super excited about this one. I'm going to pop a link up here if you need to buy it and check it out on our website before you watch Andrew install it.
Hey team, so today I'm so excited about this. I've been working on this for ages. We are going to do an installation video on our Prado Underfloor dual battery kit. So we're going to offer this in a couple of configurations. This one here is our base model. And so what we've got here is we've got an Invicta battery, Red Arc Core 25. Basically that's our power input, that's our solar and our DC output. It comes with a fuse box. Anything you want to wire up yourself, you wire from there. All fused on a tray, ready to go. And then that'll link into our cup holder assembly. That will show you one in there. Now, that's our bottom of the range. On our top of the range here, we basically will fit this battery to here. We're waiting on stock. We're doing it with an Alpha 50 that we've toned down to a 25. And then again, there's our outputs, there's our input, and then this goes to our full control panel. And then that will give you switching on the dash, and that'll give you basically 8 channels that you can run from the dash, and you can wire anything to, fridges, lights, whatever you want, and control it from the dashboard. All right, so we're going to install this. It is the quickest, easiest installation you've seen of a dual battery system. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our tray. We've got our wiring harnesses here, but we'll put them to the side for the moment. Now you'll notice that each one of our standoffs has got a number on it, 1, 2, 3, and then slotty boy. So we're just going to go through and we're going to loosely it'll come with these bolts. So we've got our little M5 bolts here with nuts, just like that. And basically small hole. And this will make sense a bit later, but everything to do with this tray, we're just going to keep it loose until the very end. All right, so we've got our slotted standoff here. Again, washer, nut, lift up, slip it in there, just do the nut up. Happy days. And another one around here. So I'm just gonna under here, 1, 3, 3. Right. Now that lifts it off. This will all make sense soon. And let's have some fun. Let's rip a car apart. All right. So this just lifts out. First up, out it comes. Second, we can just pop this side off. That one, you'll see it's just retained there. That clip stayed in there. All right, so when you notice any of these clips not come back, go hunting for them later. So that one stayed in the body. We'll go looking for it soon once we get some more room. This one here, just out. There you go. This one, out. The next one is this one. We're just going to lift it. Now, you don't need to do all of them. Oh, we've been lucky they've all stayed, otherwise they'll stay down there. The next one is this one over here. It sits on top. And you sort of got to finagle this one a bit because it's got the seat belt through it. Just get it out a bit gently. There you go. All right, next one is this one. It's got all these retaining it. So we're just going to work our way along. And then the back one. So just fingers in there. And then just so you don't forget, while we're here, we'll do these bolts soon. We'll move inside. But you just want to undo this one here. This one here, you'll notice there's 2 retaining clips there. And then what I've got here is a nice little trim tool. And I'm just going to get these out. Rather than grabbing them and pulling them, try and get them out in one piece without damaging them, like so. And the same goes, just reach in behind and try and push back the locators. And there you go. So we've still got them intact and they will still stay in the spot. And if you want to really just thread that through there like that, and then that's out of the way. All right, next we're going to move inside and we're going to fold the back seats forward. On the side here, just tumble them. Now, this is actually much easier if you stand your seats up. So just these ones and these ones, and then we've got our seats open. And then we just need to take these 3 panels off here. So I find it's easier to start with the middle one. That one just comes off. Put this over here. And this one here. And then this one here. It is crazy how easy these new vehicles come apart. All right. So you'll notice now we have our bolts. All right, so they're a 14mm bolt. I'll be back. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. The best thing to do is lay these seats down like that. I reckon it's better to have the headrests at rather than tilting them down, because they might put on, if you put it on the ground, you might damage the headrest, so leave it like that. And basically we've got another 4. When I was talking about the clips staying in the body, that's one there. We'll get that out. And you can use whatever you want. Hey, that was easy. All right, so what we've got underneath this cover is the hybrid system, but it's extremely well protected. And then obviously we've got this, the rail here. So we've got Jack inside. Hey, Jack. Hey. So I'm going to hold on to it on this rail. He's going to grab hold of, he's got a couple of legs like this, and we're just going to bring it to about here. Now, obviously, you don't want to put it on the body. His legs at his end, he can just sit on top of this cover as we work through. So if we just lift it, you good, Jack? Yep. All right, we're going to come to about here. He's just going to place it down. I'm going to hold it. Do you want to come around? And that'll just sit on the ground. It's got legs. It's all protected, but that's why I didn't want to fold the headrest down. It's got one little clip down in here, just pull that. That's it there. Save that for later. And then this cover literally just comes out as easy as that. And because we've unclipped our wiring, we don't have to worry about that. And this comes out like this. And then I reckon that's the spot for that. All right, guys, well, here we are in the back. So here's our hybrid battery and our DC-DC charger. That's part of the factory system. And basically what we need to do is remove a couple of these bolts to mount it. We've also, so this one here, you'll know that's a factory hole, comes with a black plastic sticker over it. There's a few of them scattered around, you'll find them all throughout. This one here, just remove that sticker, and that's that one there. Now on some of the vehicles we're finding this lead here is hanging out through here and other they're down here, especially on the 5-seater, this is slightly different. Just push it down to the side. It's totally fine like that. Just push it down there. So we're going to grab our 12mm. This one here. That's a noisy one. This one here. That's those two. We're going to go, sorry, that one. And that one. So this lead here, this is our main power in. Now this comes from the start battery, and at the start battery it's fused, for anybody who's going to ask questions about fuses. And then just on the other side of this power harness up here there's another fuse. So it will all make sense. It's actually, I've lost my harness. What have I done with it? Right there. There's too much black stuff here. So a lot of people are going to ask about fusing. This lead from its source is fused. This runs directly to the start battery. So I'm just going to do this one on there. Zoom it down. My little plastic doobie nicky went there. And we're going to clip that back on. And so now that we've got that on, we're completely safe. This one, actually, there we go, it's on there. clip that down, and then we've got our power harness. We'll just throw it over there, and that's out of the way. It's completely fused at there, and then it's fused just here, so that'll make sense in a minute. All right, let's chuck the tray in. So what we're going to do is we're going to reach under here, and we're going to unclip this one, and then unclip this one here. Then we're just going to sit this down here, and you'll notice that's all protected, and then we're going to bring this down here. And if we can tuck this down here, we can just wrap a cable tie around. I'll leave those little wires out of it, just big wires, and just secure that there. And that actually all sits out of the way, and it's all tucked under there. You'll notice this insulation's on here. It's actually quite protected. All right, so we're going to whack this tray on. And the easiest one first is if we do this one here, and we just slide that in there like that one. Do this one here. Ah. We've got the two over here. And then the final one is round here. Now this wire here is only if you've got the alpha DC-DC. If you went with the core, you won't have that wire. It's a temperature sensor for the alpha. Alright, now that we've got them in, we look for a gun that I've sat on. Let's just go through, tighten them up. And so this one, when it all sits right, this one will pretty much sit north-south. This one will sit, I don't know, 3 o'clock from where you are. And then this one will sit basically at a right angle. All right, so we're just going to go through and tighten them all up. Oops, I thought we were on. There we go. So we've just got. So we're just going to use it. It's nice and tight. And if you'll notice the nuts have got a they bite in, so they get nice and tight. Do this one. So now we've got our battery tray installed, we're going to install our cup holder assembly. Now this is our standard most common one. You'll notice it doesn't come with the Anderson plugs fitted, but we'll get to that. So we've got two things to do. We're going to remove this cup holder assembly. On this, we offer it in left and right. We're going to do this one on the driver's side, and then we need to get to the back here for our power feed. So this is quite simple as, there you go, and this just unclips, like that, happy days. And then there's a couple of options here. The best way we've found to do this is use something plastic. If you had to, you could use a bread and butter knife. Obviously we would use something like this. And then it's really dark in here. So that comes out. All you're really trying to do is just release it. And in there is a 10mm bolt. All right, so now that we're at that point, we've got our bolt out. This trim here becomes loose. And so if we want to do this the easy way, all we want to do is pop this back. There we go. So release it like that, reach down, and there's two ways you can do this. You can either just unplug it, which is probably easier, but I'm going to have the fight to get it out for you so I can show you what's going on back here. So if you get it out like that, there we have it. And all we're going to do is unplug it like that. We've got two jobs here. So we've got this here, and basically Liam's not going to show the end because we should have crimped a terminal on it. And then we're just going to clip this end onto here, clip this end into here, feed that back just into here, logo at the top, clip in, and then we can push that back in. It's as easy as that. Is what we're going to do. We're going to drill out our cup holder. So we need to make a hole in it to fit this through. So we might jump out of the car for this bit. What we want to do is we just basically want to drill a hole in this. So I'm just going to, you sort of got to come at a bit of an angle. And we're just going to, whoops, drill that in there. That's pretty cool. And then I'm going to cover these. And so basically what we've got is we've got a hole down in there like that. And so your cup holder is still completely useful. So I've got a little, a deburrer that I'm going to clean this up with. So you can see we've got a hole there, nice hole. And it only needs to be, there you go, good hole there. Only needs just a good size, just to run this through. So once you feed it through, so what we've done is we've made it so that it just basically sits flush in there, and that's it there. And then we've got 2 screws there, there, wind it down. Please use a hand screwdriver so you don't slip and put a mark in it. And so these will, you can either drill a small hole or just push and get them started. And because I'm the way I am, I reckon you got to put the screws up and down. I'm a bit like that. All right, guys, and so now we just really want to drop this one in here. So we've got our ignition wire. We've got our cup holder cable. We've got our cup holder. And all we're going to do is just feed it down. All we've got in here is air conditioning ducting. Down, spin it around, clip it in. Ta-da! So there we've got our cup holder. What we've got left here is our ignition wire. It's going to connect to there, and then we've got our 4 terminals. So what we've got here is our grey. That's basically our power output up to the cup holder, and this is our solar input up to the cup holder. So we'll do you'll notice this is marked with red wire. It's slipped down a bit, normally be up a bit further. So when you mount these, what we're going to do is we've got positive red, you got the little bump and then the big bump. The little bump goes on the bottom and hooks onto the bottom there. So it'll go down and basically you'll get a good solid click and it'll stay in there. Next one, good solid click, stay down there. And I'm just going to leave the tape on there, so if ever we pull it apart and somebody doesn't mark them, we don't have to use a multimeter. If you struggle like I am, just get a screwdriver, very gently, just push down from behind. So you don't want to damage the insulation, just push on the metal bit, and there we have it. Clip, clip. Our ignition wire. And then this cable here is actually coming from our control module up the front. Now I mentioned that this is one with a control module. We're going to hook this one in here. You'll notice there is, so if you didn't go the control module option, you won't have this cable. If you did, you'll notice there's 2 arrows on it. So we're just going to, let's see, arrow, arrow, and then wind it down. All right, and now we're going to get a couple of cable ties. So this wire here, this is a double insulated wire, so it's got a sheathing on the outside and then the insulation in the middle, so it's actually double insulated. So what we do is we do this like that, and you just, nah, I'm joking, come down nice and flush. This here is actually your factory harness. This is the fan motor for the rear air conditioning. So we'll put that there, and basically the final stage. All right, now it's time for the battery. All right, so battery straight down, and then that will line up with all the nut certs. All right, these are 10 mil. All right, so now we got to connect up the battery. What we might do while we're here is just, these come at different percentages. They never come fully charged. It's actually better for a lithium battery to be stored at sort of 30 to 50%. So this one's come in at 30%. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to hook up our terminals. So we'll start with the positive, hopefully. So each one you'll sort of have to get it to fit nicely. What we need, 13mm spinner. Oh, look at that, my beautiful assistant. Let's make it like that while we're doing it up. Alright, so we're going to do that one up nice and tight. That's good. We can remove that now, and we're just going to slide that on there. There's a good little cover for it. Alright, now this one here, we're going to whack our negative on. Now you'll see I got a slight little spark. That was just the DC waking up. We're all good. And then this one here, this is if you've got the alpha, so the red arc alpha. If you just went with the core, you won't have this one. Obviously you'll have this big earth lead. Cool, and there we go. And then so we got them nice and tight, and it's really important you see that they're all flush. There's nothing on an angle. Everything's all flat together. And then we're going to put this cover on, and basically we're all that, and that's how we look. Alright, so we've checked our battery. We know it's at 50%. We've got our lead here. This is our main power lead. And we are just going to plug it in. About fusing, this lead here just comes directly up here and is fused there. So we're fused there and we're fused at the other end. Okay, so because we've got an alpha, we can actually connect to this with our phone, but we've also got a display here on the battery. Yep, so Jack, do you want to go start the car? So we're actually all set up. We've got our outputs. This job is done. We'll give it a start. There we go, we'll see it fired up. And now we're showing an input of 24 amps. We're at 50%. And that's it. Now if you didn't have the alpha, you wouldn't be able to connect to it with your phone. We might connect to this one with a phone in a minute. Do you want to grab it from my phone, Jack? Or your phone? I don't care. If you just had a 1240 core, sorry, a 1225 core, then we'd be showing 25 amps here. Now, on this vehicle, we've got the Alpha 50. It will be an option, but at the moment, recommendation is only to run it at 25 amps. The Alpha's got a beautiful feature where you can run at 25 amps. You can also, you can dial it up and down. You can also jumpstart your start battery off it, so you can use this through a feature through the app. You'll see we got 25 amps going in, and happy days. So our blue lights come on because we're connected to it. Honestly, we'll do another video on how to connect to it. You've got to put it in pairing mode. It's very simple. There's all over it on the Red Arc site. You'll be able to see how to do it. So now we're at this point. We've tested it all. We've got it charging. We've got everything installed. It's basically just a reversal. So actually, grab me the cover. We'll throw the cover back in. This goes around here. Oh, don't forget my phone. That could have been fun. And we just tuck this all back in underneath. Sits down like that. Now, the one trick, don't forget, this is why I wanted to do this, to feed this back through here and put it out of the way. That down there, the seat goes back in and off you go.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to pop a link over here to our website where you can go and browse all of our Prado 250 series products and buy them. We've also got installation videos for all of those products, so I'm going to pop a link to the playlist over here, and then YouTube really thinks you should watch this one down here.
Accelerate off-grid touring, powering your adventures.